Hi, I'm Brielle McKee.
No, you have to.
Oh, God. Will you? It was on. I'm Brielle McKee.
I'm already got it.
No, leave it. I'm Andrea Brown. I'm Rachel Brown. Peyton Pfeiffer.
Does it Ready?
Yes.
In just 50 short years, cloning has transformed from a myth into reality. In 1996, the famous sheep Dolly was successfully cloned and created mixed emotions among society. After Dolly, many started wondering if human cloning was now a possibility, and that caused a vast amount of scientific, legal, and ethical issues. I'm going to explain what cloning is, how society has reacted to cloning, and what the benefits and disadvantages could be. First, I'll start with the scientific side of cloning. There's a long string of history behind cloning, and most people don't realize that cloning happens every day. According to the Gale database, some of the everyday cloning techniques are performed on household pets and plants. People clone plants by simply cutting pieces of the stems, roots, or leaves of the plants and then planting the cuttings. The cuttings then grow into identical copies of the originals. A more common or more well-known technique is that of selective breeding. People cross animals to try and create an offspring with desirable gene traits. This technique has been the cause of multiple new breeds of dogs, horses, and cattle. One of the most popular breeds of dog to clone or to mix is that of a poodle due to their coveted shed-proof fur. Another type of cloning that many are more afraid of is much more invasive. Way back in the 50s, scientists discovered that they could clone using nucleus from a tadpole cell. They would use the part of the nucleus containing the genes and the chromosomes, and they would insert that into a frog egg. The egg developed into an adult frog with the same genetic material as the tadpole that provided the nucleus. Scientists have also been able to use this technique on mice, sheep, and cattle. However, research discovered that to achieve true cloning, they needed to use a mature cell from an adult animal. This proved to be much more difficult. But in 1997, Scottish scientist Ian Wilmot and his colleagues announced the birth of the first cloned adult animal, a lamb named Dolly. After Dolly had matured, she mated with a ram and gave birth to a lamb, proving that clones can produce sexually. This is what really sparked the debate. Although cloning was a scientific breakthrough, many parts of society saw it more as disgraceful and inhumane. After Dolly was born, the scientific and political worlds were both torn between marveling the scientific achievement and also worried about the prospect of human cloning. Already in the world, many countries and organizations are banning human cloning. Great Britain and the World Health Organizations have outlawed this practice, and the United States have passed a law that no federal funding can be used for human cloning. Also, 15 states in the U.S. have enacted laws against human cloning. Many scientists, including Wilmot, oppose human cloning due to the many risks that are involved. Some of the risks that are involved are abortions, miscarriages, or births of malformed or diseased individuals. There's also a great deal of money and luck that goes into cloning. The team that created Dolly placed nuclei in 277 eggs. Only 29 of these developed into embryos that could be implanted, and of these, there was only one live birth. However, there are still a few brave scientists who have taken human cloning and developed on the idea. According to the Dana Dovey, many have already managed to clone human embryos and believe that cloning a full-grown human is next. However, many scientists don't believe reproductive cloning is the future. Instead, they believe it lies in therapeutic cloning. Along with therapeutic cloning, there's also a bunch of different benefits that are linked together with cloning. According to the cloning fact sheets, the same Scottish researchers who cloned Dolly have cloned other sheep that have been genetically modified to produce milk that contains a human protein essential for blood clotting. The hope is that this protein can purify milk and help people whose blood doesn't clot properly. There's also been talk to use cloned animals for drug testing and treatment. The great advantage of using cloned animals for drug testing is that they are all genetically identical, which means the responses to the drugs will be parallel instead of variable as seen in animals with different genetic makeups. There's also been talk to use cloned animals in the food industry. As of January 2008, the Food and Drug Association has decided that produce from cloned animals is just as safe to eat as regular animals. Researchers are now free to use cloning methods to make copies of animals with desirable agricultural traits, such as high milk production or lean meat. Another possible benefit of cloning is the repopulation of endangered or extinct animals. Already, some of the endangered animals that have been cloned are a gaur, an Asian ox, a bantig, another type of ox, and 3 African wildcats. Unfortunately, many scientists are concerned that cloning will produce a population of genetically identical individuals that will lack the genetic variability essential for survival. Animal cloning has also shown a number of health effects that are very concerning, including an increase in birth size, a variety of organ defects, premature aging, and problems with their immune system. On a more unusual note, people have also expressed interest in having deceased house pets cloned as a replacement. Unfortunately, as proven by the cloned cat Cece, a clone isn't always aesthetically identical, and there are some variabilities. Although cloning has increased substantially, it will still be a few years until it's incorporated naturally in society. The thought of cloning can be a scary one, but the science has shown that there are lots of benefits latched onto this science. I hope that the information that I've given you has been enough for you to make your own educated opinion on this controversial subject, and I hope that you keep your mind open to this new strategy and our impending future. The world is continuously changing, and we have to be ready to roll with the new advancements. Thank you.